My beloved, come near and listen with the quiet stillness of your heart. There's a love that neither time nor tide can erode, a love woven deeply into the very fabric of your soul, one that has been with you from the breath of your first morning, through every shadowed valley, and beyond the fullest heights of your joy. This love is not fleeting like the passing breeze that stirs the leaves for a moment, then fades into silence. It is an unyielding flame that burns ever bright, illuminating the corners where fear and loneliness whisper doubts into your heart. I see within you the struggle, the wrestling of your spirit between hope and desolation, yearning and despair. You may wonder if anyone truly remains when you're stripped bare of pretense, when the world's applause dwindles to silence, when your own heart feels a barren wilderness. Hear me now, for I am the voice that does not waver. My love is not conditional upon your achievements or failures, not dependent on your popularity or your worth as the world measures it. I am love that never leaves, love that never turns away, love that enfolds your imperfections and still calls you my cherished one. I know your heart aches from the wounds you hide, the nights when tears fell unseen, the moments when you believed yourself utterly alone. But those very moments were held by my presence. I have been your silent companion when all seemed lost, your steady hand reaching through confusion and pain. The expanses of your life where you felt abandoned were arenas where my love moved unseen, shaping a refuge for you when you could not yet see it. You ask silently, why does it feel so hard to believe this love is real? Why does my heart sometimes feel the weight of solitude despite the promises I have heard? My dear child, it is because love as enduring as mine does not always shout across the mountaintops, but whispers in the stillness. It waits with infinite patience for your heart to soften and receive it. When the storms rage, I do not flee. I am the anchor resting deep beneath the waves, unseen, but steadfast. It is not your struggle that distances you from me, but the lies you have believed that whisper you are unworthy, unlovable, or forgotten. This love I offer is an invitation to rest, not a demand to perform. Come as you are, with your scars, your questions, your doubts. I love you through every season, through every triumph and trial. There is no force in the universe greater than the commitment of my heart toward you, no brokenness that can dissolve my desire to be with you. Let this truth settle in you as deeply as the roots of the mightiest tree, unshakable even when the winds howl fiercest. You are not walking a path of emptiness, but a journey held securely in the palm of my hand. I see beyond your tears to the radiant light I have placed within you, a light that even the darkest nights cannot extinguish. I call you my beloved, my treasured child, my creation made in love and for love. This love that never leaves is a song written for you before the stars were named, a melody that does not end, but plays forever in the chambers of your soul. Feel my presence as a gentle, unwavering pulse beneath the noise of your fears. Hear the quiet echo of my promise. I am with you always. Even in moments when my voice seems distant, I am near, orchestrating the details of your life with tender care. You are never out of reach or forgotten in the tapestry of my grace. My dear, open your eyes to see not only the fragile, fleeting human love around you, but my eternal embrace that will never loosen its hold. Let your heart lean into this love that never leaves. Receive the peace born, not of circumstance, but anchored in my unfailing commitment. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from it. Embrace this love as your constant companion, your shelter in the storm, your home. I am here. I have always been here. As sure as the dawn breaks the night, my love is beginning again within you. Walk with me in this truth, and you will find strength beyond measure, courage reborn, and a joy that no sorrow can steal. My beloved, this is the beginning of a sacred journey, a journey together, hand in hand, heart to heart. Will you step forward with me now, trusting in the love that never ever leaves? Let this be the moment you believe it anew. My dear child, I see the silent struggles that weigh heavily upon your heart, the shadows that creep in when you believe no one notices, especially when you feel unseen by me. It pains me deeply to witness you carrying burdens that were never meant for your shoulders alone. I am not distant. I'm closer than your very breath, even when your soul aches with loneliness. The weight of your wounds, the sting of perceived abandonment, and the gnawing whisper of doubt are not overlooked in my eyes. Every tear that falls is precious to me. Every sigh echoes through my eternal chambers. There is a place within you, carved by my own hand, that longs to be filled with my peace and restoration. The wounds you carry, whether fresh or long buried, are not signs of your failure but invitations to come closer, to taste the healing that flows from my presence. Do not rush past the pain or bury it beneath the pretense of strength. Instead, bring it to me. I'm not afraid of your brokenness. I'm the one who said, "You need not fear the shadows in the valley, for I walk there with you." My patience stretches beyond human understanding, embracing your moments of doubt and your nights of despair. Though the anguish seems endless, my loving kindness is more enduring still. Child, do not mistake my silence for indifference. There are divine rhythms in my timing that you cannot yet grasp. In the stillness, I am weaving threads of restoration you cannot yet see. Like a master potter tenderly shaping clay, I am molding your heart into something more beautiful than you imagine. The cracks and fissures do not diminish your value. They reveal places where my light can shine through most brightly. I invite you to surrender your need for immediate answers and step into the quiet confidence that I am at work in every hidden corner of your life. Do not carry shame for the struggles defining the season. Shame breeds isolation. But my love calls you into community, with me and with others. Lay down every accusation and condemnation you have absorbed. Let my forgiveness flood every crevice of your being, washing clean what you believed too heavy to carry. Forgiveness is not evidence of weakness. It is the sunrise breaking through the darkest night. It is the promise that you are not bound by your past mistakes or failures. My grace is a river that never runs dry, flowing freely to cleanse, restore, and renew your spirit. The distance you feel is a veil, a mist over your vision that I will lift in my perfect time. Until then, rest in the certainty that I have never left you. I am anchoring you in strength when your own feels depleted. I am your refuge when the storms of life roar around you. My voice may be gentle, sometimes barely a whisper in the chaos, but it is unwavering and sure. Trust me to guide you through this wilderness of confusion and fear. I am your steadfast companion, ever present and eager to lead you home to peace. Child, do not be afraid to admit your need for me anew. Vulnerability is a gateway to transformation. When you feel the trembling of your soul exposed, remember that I hold you with hands that created all things. Lean into me with honesty, pour out your heart without reservation, and receive the fresh comfort only I can give. I am the healer whose compassion never falters, whose patience stretches through all your seasons. Let this be the moment you stop striving in your own strength and begin resting deeply in my embrace. I'm calling you to lay down your defenses, to stop wrestling alone with pain that I'm ready to carry with you. When your spirit feels weary and faint, come to me. I will renew your strength like eagles soaring on the wind currents. Allow my peace, which passes all understanding, to guard your heart and mind. This peace is a shield against the darts of despair and the whispers of inadequacy. Let it settle in you now, deeper than doubt. stronger than fear. Remember, beloved, you were never crafted for isolation. You are a treasured child of my heart, woven into a tapestry of divine purpose and endless love. The loneliness you feel is a false witness to your true condition. Though sometimes hidden, you are always held securely in the palm of my hand. No matter how dark the night seems, I am there, a constant light burning in the depths of your soul. Let this truth strengthen you. Will you lean into my presence, allowing me to be your shelter and solace in this moment? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Bring every fragment of doubt, every pang of fear, and every ache of loneliness into the fullness of my love. I am here, unwavering and tender, waiting to heal what only I can restore. Trust the process unfolding within your spirit. I am patient, not because I am distant, but because I am persistent in my love for you. Allow me to lead you gently from the shadows into the brilliant dawn of my peace. My dear child, I know the weight that presses upon your heart, the ache of doubt, the creeping anxiety that whispers in the quiet hours, telling you stories of unworthiness and fear. This silent battle within you may feel like a tempest raging without end, a storm that tosses your spirit like fragile leaves caught in a fierce wind. I see this turmoil, every trembling thought, every anxious pulse, and I am ever near to steady you. This moment of unrest is not the end of your story. It is a passage through the wilderness, a sacred space where your faith is tested, stretched, and deepened beyond what you could imagine. When fear tries to cage your soul, do not forget that I am the unshakable refuge, the towering rock that stands firm even when all else crumbles. Let your spirit lean into me, surrender to the stillness beneath the chaos, and know that I'm watching over you with unwavering love. My beloved, you may sometimes wonder why this anxiety haunts you, why the shadows gather even when the dawn seems so close. These feelings are not your captors, but signposts directing you toward a deeper trust, a faith that surpasses what the eyes can see or the heart can grasp. Each trembling heartbeat is a call to draw closer into my embrace, to relinquish control and rest in the assurance that I hold all things, even your fears, in my hands. There are many moments when the future is obscured by clouds of uncertainty and the enemy of doubt whispers lies about your ability to endure. But I have fashioned you with strength woven into your very being. Like a mighty oak with roots digging deep into fertile soil, your spirit is anchored in my eternal presence. Allow yourself to be nourished by the living water I provide, for in this sustenance, your soul will find peace even when turmoil storms around you. Remember, my child, that healing often begins with the courage to face your deepest fears. Do not shy away from the feelings that unsettle you, but bring them to me honestly and without reservation. The path to freedom is paved with truth spoken in the quiet between us. Tell me your anxieties, your doubts, your trembling hopes, and I will breathe life into them, turning fear into faith, trembling into trust. In the sacred silence where fear seeks to dominate, hear my voice, a gentle whisper that speaks of hope and peace. I am the divine calm that surpasses human understanding, the light that penetrates even the darkest shadow. When anxiety threatens to overwhelm, call upon me and I will steady your heart like a skilled hand on the rudder of a restless ship. You do not navigate these waters alone. My presence is a beacon guiding your way. My dear one, you're not defined by your moments of frailty, but by my relentless grace. Every anxious thought you wrestle with is met with my immeasurable patience and boundless compassion. I'm a father who waits with open arms, ready to catch you when you falter, ready to carry you through every moment of doubt or distress. Let this truth settle in your heart, replacing every echo of fear with the steady assurance of my love. It is okay to admit when you are overwhelmed. Vulnerability is not a weakness, but a sacred doorway to my strength. When you feel like you are drowning in the sea of worry, reach out your hand toward me. I will lift you to the shore, where peace like a river flows, where your soul can breathe freely again. Trust in my timing, even when it feels like the wait is long. My plans for you are always woven with purpose and perfect love. Do not carry your burden in secret. Share your heart with me and with those I have placed around you as pillars of support. Community is a reflection of my kingdom on earth, a tapestry of love where healing begins and faith is renewed. Open your heart to those who can pray alongside you, who can encourage you when the night feels endless. Together you will find strength, and I will multiply your courage. My child, the journey you travel through fear and anxiety is also a journey toward deeper intimacy with me. I am not distant or indifferent. I am the very breath within you, the pulse that quickens hope in your soul. Walk this path with me, and you will discover that even in your weakest moments, you're held by hands that will never let go. Embrace this divine presence and allow your heart to be still before me. Will you trust me in this season of waiting and uncertainty? Will you surrender your anxious thoughts and let them fall like autumn leaves, making space for new life to sprout within you? You are more than your fear, more than your doubts. Beloved, you are mine, crafted from love, breathed into being for a purpose that no shadow can dim. Lean into this truth and find refuge in my everlasting care. Beloved, in the quiet shadows where the turmoil of your mind casts doubt and fear, I am there, closer than your very breath, holding you in the stillness before dawn. When anxiety encircles you like a tempest, threatening to uproot the fragile tenderness of your heart, remember that the storm does not come unbidden by my hand, nor beyond my sovereign will. It is woven into the fabric of the journey that leads you deeper into my embrace, a refining fire that purifies the gold that lies beneath your fears. The roaring winds of uncertainty may howl, but I, the everlasting anchor, steady you with unfailing love. You see, child, fear is an uninvited guest that seeks to distract, to unsettle your soul's gaze away from me and toward the chaos that surrounds. Yet I am the light that no darkness can extinguish, the fortress you can enter at every trembling moment. When your heart races in shadows of doubt, do not recoil in shame, for I have not abandoned you. Rather, I am drawing you nearer, inviting you to lean not on your own understanding, but to rest upon the truth of my unwavering presence. Even when the night seems endless, I am composing a dawn only you will witness, a revelation of my faithfulness through the veil of your trials. In your deepest anxieties, I whisper courage to your spirit. I am the voice in the wilderness, the calm amid the storm, the peace that passes all comprehension woven into your very breath. Release your grip on worry, for it was never meant to be your burden alone. Lift your trembling hands to me, the healer of your restless heart, and breathe deeply of my peace that is not fragile, but everlasting. The tempest may rage, but I craft within you a refuge no storm can overcome. Know that this place of refuge is built not on the shifting sands of circumstance, but on the rock-solid foundation of my love and sovereignty. Child, will you allow your heart to be still and know that I am God, not just in the heavens, distant and aloof, but personal, present, a father who cradles you in his arms when terror strikes. I am a shelter in the storm, the calm eye in the whirlwind of your fears. Trust is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to walk through it with me by your side. Let this truth settle in you. Surrender your doubt, your trembling, your questions. Exchange them for the peace I freely give. This is an invitation to step from the paralyzing grip of anxiety into the freeing arms of faith. When the shadows of doubt lengthen, when your future seems clouded and uncertain, remember that even the darkest night gives way to dawn. The soil of your heart, though pressed and burdened, is fertile ground where courage blooms. I am cultivating strength within you, not despite your fears, but through them. Fear may be a shadow, but my light is unassailable. Let your spirit reach out to the one who sees, knows, and holds all things together. You are not alone in this battle. My spirit intercedes within you, speaking words too deep for your mind to understand, but felt in the silent places of your soul. There is a mystery within your struggle, a spiritual weaving that leads you to broken places so I can bind you up with cords of loving kindness. Anxiety may seem relentless, but it will not define your story. I am writing a narrative of hope through your trembling steps. Trust me, when the path feels uncertain and the weight unbearable, for I am walking ahead, making a way even when you cannot see it. Your courage is birthed in surrender. Your strength emerges from the willingness to lay down your fears at my feet and rest in the promise of my peace. My dear child, do not let the creeping doubt steal the joy I have prepared for you. Embrace the moments when you feel weak, for it reveals the space where my power is made perfect. If your heart is stirring amidst the restless storm, do not turn away, but lean into me more fully. Call out in your weakness, and I will answer with compassion. Receive my peace like a robe draped over your shoulders, shielding you from the chill of uncertainty. You are more deeply loved and held than you realize, even when fear's grasp seems tightest. In this sacred exchange, where you lay down your fears and I raise you up with strength, your spirit will find rest and revival. Your anxieties will begin to loosen their hold as you awaken to the constant reality of my presence, a presence that never shirks nor grows distant, but stays by your side, breathing of life into your fainting soul. This is the moment to surrender your doubts and to embrace me as the calm in your storm. Will you trust me, beloved, with the cares that weigh you down? Will you dare to walk with me through the shadowed valley, knowing I am your great deliverer and peace? Let this truth settle in you today. You do not face your fears alone. I am here, forever faithful, unshakable, unchanging. Lean into my peace, and let it carry you beyond the waves of worry into the harbor of my abiding love. My dear child, I see the turbulence that churns within your spirit when fear, anxiety, and doubt descend like shadows in the dimming light. These emotions, though intangible, weigh heavily upon you. They are like unseen chains that bind your steps and mute the song of hope within your heart. Yet, I want you to know that these feelings do not define you, nor do they imprison your soul beyond redeeming. Like the gentle dawn that quietly breaks after the darkest night, I am with you, illuminating the path forward where your trembling feet may find steady ground. Fear is often misunderstood. It comes to you not as an enemy, but as a herald of change, a signpost marking the edge of your familiar world and the vastness of the unknown. When fear wraps its cold fingers around your mind, drawing whispers of doubt about your worth, your future, your very existence, remember that I molded you with infinite care. Each cell of your being is a masterpiece, crafted in love and destined for glory. This fear may seek to blind you to your own brilliance and my unwavering presence, yet it shall not prevail if you reach out and grasp my hand. I am the light that no shadow can extinguish, the fortress where no enemy can breach. Anxiety, that restless stir of the heart and mind, is like a storm on the sea that rages unexpectedly. You may feel tossed and pulled by waves of worry, with the horizon nowhere near your sight. But child, even when the seas are wildest, I am the anchor beneath the waters, steady and strong. My presence is not distant or aloof. I'm the quiet voice whispering peace into your soul, the calm breath upon your face amidst the tempest. When anxiety threatens to overwhelm, listen for my word that pierces the clamor. You are safe here. My love surrounds you even when storms rage. Let this truth sink deep into your spirit. When you despair beneath the weight of what-ifs and maybes, lean into me, and I will uphold you with my hand of grace. And doubt, O beloved, doubt may feel like a thief that steals confidence and joy, casting shadows on the promises I have placed before you. Doubt inclines the heart towards questions that linger unanswered, trials that test the very foundation of faith. Yet doubt also opens the door for deeper seeking, a hunger that, when met with my truth, births stronger roots and vibrant growth. I do not despise your questions or fears. Instead, I wait patiently, inviting you into intimacy, into a revelation that transcends what eyes can see or minds can fully grasp. In those moments of uncertainty, do not turn away from me. Instead, bring your doubts, the raw, the messy, the aching, and place them in my hands. I knit every question and every longing into the tapestry of your life for a purpose beyond your understanding. My dear, the fluctuations of your heart are not signs of weakness, but of a vulnerable soul learning to trust in me more deeply. Each fear faced, each anxious breath surrendered, each doubt examined is a step upon the journey toward a steadfast faith that anchors you to my everlasting truth. Let your heart now begin to loosen its grip on the lies whispered by fear, the suffocating tension of anxiety, and the paralyzing grip of doubt. Instead, draw near to me, the source of all compassion, strength, and certainty. I will carry you through every shadow because my love is greater than any fear, my peace deeper than any worry, and my truth brighter than any shadow of doubt. I invite you now, beloved, to still your trembling heart before me. Breathe in my presence as the balm for your anxious soul. Close your eyes and imagine my arms wrapped around you in tender embrace, a shelter from all storms. Let your fears become prayers, your anxieties be lifted like fragrant incense, your doubts laid gently at my feet. This is the sacred exchange, your fragility for my strength, your weakness for my power. Trusting me with your deepest fears is not a sign of defeat, but a triumphant declaration. I believe in the God who holds my heart. If your soul stirs with a desire to release its burdens today, do not turn away. Lay them down before me and accept the peace that I freely offer, a peace that surpasses understanding and guards your heart and mind. You were never meant to carry these alone. I am here, steadfast and constant, ready to meet your every trembling step with love that will never cease. Know this, my beloved, fear, anxiety, and doubt may visit, but they cannot take residence where my spirit dwells. My power is made perfect in your weakness, and your surrender is the key to unlocking the peace and joy I have stored up for you. Let this truth settle deeply in your heart, like roots that anchor a mighty tree through every storm. Will you come to me now with your fears? Will you trust me with your questions and your restless heart? I'm waiting, always waiting, to pour out my love like water upon your parched soul. Rest in me, dear child, and find the courage to walk forward, knowing I carry you. My child, I see the weight you carry when fear wraps its cold fingers around your heart. It creeps into the silent moments, whispers in the darkness, and shakes the pillars of your soul. I know how the shadows of anxiety can stretch long into your days, casting doubts like storm clouds that threaten to drown your hope. Yet, I am here, always here, the unfailing refuge amid every tempest that assails you. Fear is a thief that robs the spirit of peace, yet it cannot steal what I have planted inside you, a seed of courage that, when nurtured, will blossom into unwavering strength. Consider the lilies of the field, how they neither toil nor spin, yet are clothed with splendor beyond human effort. I am the gardener who tends your soul with gentle hands and steady faithfulness, watering that seed through quiet persistence and revelation. Each tremor you feel is not a sign of weakness, but an invitation to lean deeper into my presence, where your courage is born. Perhaps you have wrestled with fear before, wondering if it will ever relent, questioning why it speaks so loudly when I am your shield. Know that I have not abandoned you. I am the stillness in the storm, the calm voice whispering, "Peace, be still," inside your restless mind. Fear thrives in the space where trust falters. But when you fix your gaze on me, even the darkest shadows scatter like morning mist. Trust is not the absence of fear, but the choice to place your trembling heart within my hands, confident that I hold you securely. Anxiety can make your thoughts spiral, creating mazes of what-ifs that lead nowhere but despair. But I invite you, beloved, to the place where your mind can rest, the sanctuary of my love that outshines every worry. When your soul feels weary, come to me as a child comes to a tender father who never turns away. I will cradle your fears and transform them into stepping stones, guiding you from the wilderness of doubt into glimpses of hope, renewed. Will you allow me to replace your trembling with peace? Doubt is the fog that obscures your vision, making the path ahead uncertain and treacherous. Yet I am the light that no darkness can extinguish, a beacon. Galwamvardings, Wularos, pierces through despair. When you question your worth or the plans I have for you, remember that you are fashioned by my thoughtful hand, fearfully and wonderfully made with a purpose that only you can fulfill. Your fears blind you to this truth, but my spirit is the steady flame illuminating your identity and calling. Consider the story of the faithful ones who faced impossible odds, yet held fast because they trusted me. Their strength was not in their own might, but in surrender to my power and timing. The very fact that you recognize your fear is the first step toward breaking its hold. It is in surrender that your heart finds freedom, a release from the prison of trying to control every outcome. When you hand your fears over to me, you're not giving up. You're stepping into the fullness of my peace and power that transcends your understanding. I never promised a life devoid of fear, but I have promised my presence to walk with you through every trial. Fear can feel like a roaring lion, but I am your shepherd who tames the wildest beasts within your soul. You need not be conquered by the shadows you face. When you understand that my love casts out all fear. In me, you have a fortress that concerns itself neither with the threats of this world nor the gnawing anxiety within. My dear child, take a deep breath and invite me to fill your soul with the peace that surpasses all worldly sense. Close your eyes and feel the embrace of my spirit around you, a comforting cloak that shields you from every attack of anxiety and fear. Let go of the struggle to be strong on your own and rest within my unwavering strength and tender care. You are never alone. I am with you now, your constant refuge. As this moment unfolds, will you trust me enough to surrender your fears? Will your heart dare to believe that the storms you face are under my command and will be used for your good and growth? Let this truth settle deeply in you, like warm sunlight dispelling the morning mist. Your fears need no longer have dominion over your life. Step forward with me, hand in hand, into the light of courage born from love. I am your peace, your protector, your refuge. Let this be your anchor when the seas rise and the winds howl. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Claim this promise for yourself, beloved, and walk forward in the confidence that comes from my unwavering presence. Your heart's trembling is not the end, but the threshold of a new season where faith triumphs over fear. The journey through fear is not meant to break you, but to build you up, mold you into vessels of grace and strength that reflect my glory. Every small step of trusting me despite fear is a triumph. Every whispered prayer a declaration that you will not be bowed. I am here, forever near, holding your trembling hand through every shadowed valley. As you move forward, remember, my love surrounds you and carries you beyond the reach of fear's grip. Will you allow me to walk with you through this valley, to fill your heart with courage as the sun rises over the horizon? Let this be the day you choose courage over fear, peace over anxiety, hope over despair. Rest now in my presence, and let your spirit be renewed. The victory is already won in the quiet surrender of your heart. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, in the quiet moments when your heart feels heavy and the shadows of doubt begin to cloud your thoughts, I am there, steadfast, unwavering, and infinitely patient. I see the trembling within your spirit, the struggles that seem insurmountable, and the questions that echo in silent corners of your soul. The journey of faith is not a smooth path lined with roses. It is often a rugged trail filled with thorns, steep climbs, and unexpected storms. Yet, my dear one, herein lies a profound secret. The wilderness is where your faith grows strong, where trust takes root and blooms into a mighty tree that withstands every tempest. The restlessness you feel, that gnawing worry and hesitancy, is not a sign of failure, but an invitation to lean deeper into my presence. When you find your heart caught in the spiral of fear and anxiety, remember, I am the shelter in the storm, the calm in the chaos. Like a gentle shepherd who does not abandon the lost sheep that wanders, I pursue you, not with harsh judgment, but with infinite grace and unwavering love. You are never outside my reach, even when you believe yourself forgotten or alone. Consider the great mountains that pierce the skies, their majestic peaks often shrouded in clouds. It is only when you ascend through the mists that you witness the breathtaking expanses of the valley below. Similarly, the struggles you endure shape your spiritual vision, refining your ability to perceive my hand at work even amidst the uncertainty. Anxiety and doubt are like the morning fog. They obscure the view momentarily, but give way to the light of understanding when you anchor your soul in my promises. I do not promise a journey without fear, but I promise to be your unshakable foundation. When the weight of worry presses down upon you, do not withdraw into silence or isolation. Let your soul cry out to me with the raw honesty of your pain. I'm not distant or indifferent. I'm intimately acquainted with your struggles, and my heart breaks alongside yours. Imagine a potter shaping clay, tenderly and patiently turning it over again and again. Your moments of anxiety are the shaping hands that mold your resilience and deepen your faith. Each sigh, each tear is precious to me and carries with it the seed of transformation. Do not fear that your faith is too small or too fragile, because it is in the smallest spark that the greatest fires begin to glow. Trust is not the absence of doubt, but the courageous choice to move forward despite it. When you feel unsteady, lavish your heart with the gentle whisper of my love. Let it be the melody that drowns the voices of fear. Envision a lighthouse standing tall on a jagged coast, its beam cutting through the darkest night. I am that beacon, called to guide you safely through the turbulent seas of your mind. My child, the road of faith will ask you to surrender again and again. Surrender of control, surrender of certainty, surrender of your own understanding. This surrender is not defeat, but a victory of trust that reveals the true depth of your reliance on me. Faith grows stronger in the soil of surrender. It is when you let go of your grasp on what you think the future must hold that you grasp my hand more firmly. The seed of doubt will wither when watered by the river of trust. I invite you now to close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine yourself standing before me, releasing into my hands all your fears, your doubts, your restless heart. Feel the warmth of my embrace surrounding you, peace flooding into every aching corner. You are safe here. My love will never let you go, no matter how many times your heart wavers. This is the safe place where your faith can be reborn, stronger and more vibrant than ever before. Let this truth settle in you. Fear and anxiety do not define you. They are temporary shadows that will pass underneath the great light of my presence. You are my beloved, chosen and precious beyond measure. You are not alone in this journey. Every trembling step you take, I am walking beside you, holding you, pointing your eyes toward the horizon of hope. Will you believe me this time, even when your heart quivers? Will you let me be your peace amid the storms of your mind? Take my hand, and together we will navigate the unknown, turning fear into faith and doubt into devotion. Your spirit is precious, and I am committed to seeing you flourish in the garden of trust that only I can cultivate. Step forward with courage, my dear, knowing that my love is the light that no darkness can extinguish. Let your anxious heart rest in me, and I will turn your trembling into testimony, your waiting into worship, your fear into fearless faith. You are held, you are cherished, you are never forgotten. Let your heart open wide to receive this promise. Now, my dear child, I know the nights when shadows stretch long and doubts creep close like whispers in the dark. The enemy would have you believe that your faith is fragile, that your trust is misplaced, that surrender means losing control. Yet I hold your trembling heart gently, even when you feel like you are spiraling into an abyss of uncertainty. The very act of surrendering is not a sign of weakness, but the boldest declaration of your strength and courage. To lay down your own desires and plans, to hand me your fears and worries, takes a power that only I can nurture within you. Child, faith is not the absence of doubt, but the resolute choice to believe despite it. Imagine a child learning to walk. They fall repeatedly, yet they rise with determination. So it is with your spirit. Each time you turn away from mistrust to look upon me, your foundation grows steadier. You do not journey alone. I am beside you, the unseen rock beneath your feet, the soft whisper behind your courage, the everlasting light that will never flicker out, no matter how fierce the storm. Let your heart lean into this. Do not resist the surrender that seems like a loss. Instead, open yourself to the abundant freedom it brings. I am inviting you now into a sacred space where you can release the tight clutch of control. This space is not empty or void, but brimming with my spirit, whose gentle hands cradle your fears and whose powerful voice speaks hope. When you feel overwhelmed, consider this. Your surrender is my canvas, and on it, I am painting a masterpiece of grace and redemption. Though your confessions may feel small or your prayers faint, they are the brushstrokes that shape an eternal work of beauty. Do not shrink back from vulnerability, for it is the gateway through which my deepest love and provision flow freely. Surrender also means trust, that you believe my timing is perfect, even when it differs from your own. In your impatience, it may seem that I have forgotten you, but every moment I'm weaving the threads of your life with profound wisdom that your eyes cannot yet perceive. Like a potter shaping clay, I press and fold your circumstances for your ultimate good. I challenge you to let go of the need to see the entire path from start to finish. Instead, place your hand in mine and take the next small step, and then the next. Walk by faith, not by sight, trusting that each footfall is firmly secured by my grace. My dear, trust is not passive. It flourishes through active choice, fed by ongoing surrender and bold belief. I call you to awaken to the reality that your faith is a living, breathing relationship with me. A relationship that grows deeper as you lean on me with greater dependence. In moments of anxiety, remember that you are embraced by a love that neither falters nor fades. When fear threatens, hold tightly to this truth. Surrendering to me means you are never abandoned, never alone, but eternally held within my arms. With every breath, whisper a prayer of surrender and watch how your spirit rises, buoyed by my presence. I will also remind you of the power in the word, yet. You may say, I do not feel peace yet, or I cannot trust fully yet. Know that yet is the space where my grace is working silently and mightily. It is a sacred pause before breakthrough, the quiet before the dawn, where the impossible becomes possible. Your journey of faith and trust is not flawed because it includes struggle. It is empowered because you are not finished, and I am never finished with you. I delight in your perseverance, cheering in heaven over each moment of surrendered trust. Let my promises kindle a fire within you. I am the good shepherd who does not lose sight of the wandering sheep. I am the faithful one who sustains even when the path is uncertain. This is why you can relinquish control completely, not because I demand it, but because I have proven my faithfulness over and over. When you give me your fears, your doubts, your heartache, you are opening yourself to a divine transformation. I will shape your broken pieces into something radiant, your hesitant faith into unshakable trust. My beloved, I encourage you now to close your eyes and imagine placing every burden at my feet. Feel the relief as the weight dissolves in my presence. Hear my voice, whispering peace into the turmoil. Know that surrender is not about giving up, but about giving over to a love far greater than your circumstance. This is an invitation to let your faith emerge from the ashes of doubt, stronger, brighter, and more resilient than ever before. Will you take this step with me right now? Will you choose to trust me not because you see the way, but because you know the one who lights the path? Let this moment be a turning point. Let your soul lean fully into my embrace where fear becomes courage, anxiety becomes peace, and surrender becomes strength. Your trust is precious to me. It is the fragrance of your love, offered back to the one who first loved you. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this call. Speak to me, your God, your refuge, your unwavering hope. I am here, and I am yours. My beloved, sometimes the weight of waiting presses so heavily upon your spirit that you feel as if you are stranded in a silent wilderness, a place where the echoes of doubt roar louder than the whispers of hope. Yet it is within this wilderness that I am at work, steadfast, patient, enveloping you in a peace that transcends all understanding. Waiting is no mere pause. It is the sacred pause where your faith stretches beyond what eyes can see and feet can tread, reaching into the invisible arms of my presence. There is a hidden beauty in delay, one that is often veiled by impatience and frustration. It is in these moments, when the night feels darkest and your prayers feel unanswered, that I prepare you for the fullness of what I'm about to Like the earth waiting expectantly beneath the winter's frost, your soul is gathering strength quietly, unseen by the rushing world but deeply felt by your Creator. I'm cultivating patience within you, shaping resilience like a potter, pressing clay tenderly yet firmly, molding you into a vessel worthy of my glory. Do you perceive the soft murmurs of my presence in the quiet? The veil of silence you perceive is not emptiness, but my sacred breath surrounding you, whispering comfort when words fail. This silence is not abandonment, beloved. It is my invitation to deeper intimacy. When all else ceases, my love persists, unshakable and eternal. I am here, Even when your heart aches with uncertainty, even when the promises seem distant, like stars just out of reach. Understand that I am not silent because I have forgotten you, but because I am crafting a testimony of trust that will resound through your life and beyond. Look beyond the surface of your waiting to the invisible threads of grace weaving through your days. Each moment you endure is like a thread in a tapestry only I can fully see. Complex, precious, and purposeful. The patience I am nurturing within you is a seed that will bloom in seasons yet to come, bearing fruit that will nourish not only your soul, but the spirits of many around you. I am calling you to surrender the impulse to rush ahead and instead embrace the sacred rhythm I have designed, the divine cadence of timing that aligns your journey perfectly with my will. When fear attempts to sway you toward despair in these waiting seasons, remember that my love is the unwavering anchor you can cling to. It is I who strengthens your frail hands and steady the trembling knees. I am the light that reveals the unseen path before you, even when shadows threaten to engulf your vision. Trust that what feels like delay is my perfect preparation. Will you place your trembling heart in my hands and rest assured that I am working all things for good, even when the scope is beyond your sight? In this time, let your soul find refuge in my promises without needing to understand the full story. Allow your heart to be still, to listen deeply to the gentle pulse of my spirit. I am planting hope within you like a river that runs beneath the desert, unseen but alive, waiting for the moment to burst forth in refreshment and life. My dear child, I beckon you to dwell in this quiet confidence, to nurture your faith as a gardener tends to seedlings with care and patience, knowing that the harvest will come in its appointed time. Do not grow weary in your waiting, for it is a sacred journey of transformation. With every breath of surrender, you move closer to the joy set before you, the fullness of my plan unfolding within your life. The waiting is not wasted. It is fertile ground where your trust deepens, your character is refined, and your intimacy with me blossoms beyond what you have known before. I am refining your heart to match the weight of the destiny I have prepared for you. Now, beloved, will you allow me to be your steadfast companion through this season of silence and expectation? Will you hold on to hope when the days stretch long and the night feels endless? Lean into my embrace and let my peace be the anchor for your soul amidst the storm. Let this truth settle in you. Even in waiting, you're never alone, for I'm with you always, patiently guiding you toward the radiant dawn of my promises fulfilled. My dear child, now that you have journeyed through the wilderness of doubt and the valleys of longing, listen closely once more, for I am here, unchanging and unwavering. The threads of your story are woven intimately into the tapestry of my eternal love. There is no corner of your heart I have not touched, no sorrow I have failed to see, no tear that escapes my noticing. You are not lost in shadows, nor abandoned to the silence. You belong to me forever, the beloved object of my fierce and tender devotion. I am the one who formed you in the secret place, breathed life into your soul, and etched your name upon the palms of my hands with a permanence that outlasts the stars. When you wrestle with fears that paralyze and question your worth, know that I see the beauty in your fragile struggle. You are not the sum of your failures, but the masterpiece I am crafting through every trial. The scars you bear are not marks of defeat, but emblems of my redeeming grace at work, transforming brokenness into glorious strength. In the stillness where you think I remain silent, I am whispering. I am working with perfect timing, moving behind the scenes like the master conductor of a symphony you have yet to hear completed. I delight in your patience, even when it strains your heart, because I am preparing you for a destiny richer and wider than you can imagine. Your purpose is sealed with my promise. Your calling is a flame that only grows brighter the closer you draw to Him. There is a refuge in my presence, a sacred space where your soul finds rest, your wounds are healed, and your spirit soars free from the chains of guilt and shame. Do not allow these lies to imprison you any longer. You are forgiven beyond all measure, restored beyond any mistake you think you have made. My mercy is an ocean without end, and I offer you new mercies every dawn. Accept this as your truest identity, not as one who stumbles, but as one who rises, who renews, who thrives in my grace. When fears crowd your mind and doubts whisper that you are alone, look again. Feel my breath upon your cheek. I am closer than your next heartbeat. I know your deepest fears and still choose you. Let your faith be the anchor that holds in every storm. Surrender your anxieties to me, and I will exchange your trembling for peace, your confusion for clarity. Trust not in what you see, but in who I am. I am the Alpha and Omega, the faithful promise that will never fail you. My beloved, your story is far from over. You are part of an unshakable kingdom that no power can undo. You are my warrior, my light bearer, my beloved child who will shine brightly because you have learned where true strength comes from. Stand tall, not because your own might has built you up, but because the power of my Spirit dwells within you. You carry a divine fire that no darkness can extinguish. As you step forward from this moment, remember who you are called to be, infinite in my eyes, treasured beyond all earthly worth, wrapped in my everlasting arms of love. Walk boldly into your days, secure in the knowledge that I go before you, surround you, and will never let go. Your identity is not defined by the fleeting winds of circumstance, but by the eternal heart of your Creator. Let this truth settle deeply within you. The chains of doubt and despair are breaking. Your soul is awakening to the fullness of my love and the power of my grace. Rise in this realization. You are chosen, you are beloved, and you are mine forever. Amen. If your heart has been touched by this truth, hold it close and share it with others who need to hear it. Save this message to return to in times of struggle, and know that you are never alone. I am with you, always.